Of His Excellency Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia. Welcome to His Excellency, Honorable Joseph Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia. We would like to also recognize the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, the Minister of Finance and the Ports, all members of the legislature present here today. Thank you so much for your patience. as we go into the official program. I think the 22nd Unfunded Assembly meeting held here at Ellington's in Surrey Ministerial Complex. We had a statement from the brain and engine behind this movement. A transformation in a prime example of human individual leadership. My mentor and role model, Mrs. Justina River, manager of the National Liberia, is vice president of the West African Coalition of Data Investment Business President. Good morning. Good morning. Bom dia. Excellency, Mr. President, Joseph Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia, Honorable Chair of the Liberian Senate, Honorable Chief, Honorable Minister of Finance, Minister Augustine Kwehekafwan, Honorable Minister of State, Minister Samuel Sam Steve Kuya, Your Excellency, Honorable Musa Uben Isi, our local traditional chiefs, fellow members of AMFAR, our AMFAR family, all of our guests, the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is with great honor and a truly moving experience for me to speak on behalf of the Liberian National Growth Fund to extend a warm welcome to all our African and international delegations participating in this 22nd General Assembly. We'd like to say welcome to the land of enjoyment, resilience, and hospitality. We hope you have had a good time. Liberia at this time is honored to host this major continental event that is dedicated to the theme essential to the development of our continent: innovative financing and sustainability of road infrastructure in the face of climate and mobility challenges in Africa. This theme reflects a shared conviction. The road is not just a means of transportation, it is the engine of development, unity, and African resilience. Distinguished guests, our capital is proud to welcome this large African family of road maintenance fund, a city of rich history and rebirth. Monrovia symbolizes African fraternity, reconstruction, and solidarity. It is here that Liberia has been working for several decades to strengthen its road network in order to open up isolated regions, to stimulate trade and connect citizens. Allow me to pay a special tribute to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Liberia, for his strategic vision of national development based on three essential pillars: unity, infrastructure, and inclusive growth.
Under his leadership and through the competent and committed action of the ministers responsible for finance, public works, and transport, this government has made the rehabilitation, construction, and maintenance of roads a national priority. Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. President, for this enlightened vision and for the trust imposed in the young people of Liberia, of which I represent. Today, large-scale programs have been launched to rehabilitate more than 1,000 kilometers of main and secondary roads. Mr. President, we have incorporated modernization and regional integration into our major corridors. Currently, we are considering as a government the connecting parts of Monrovia to Freetown, Abidjan, and Conakry. We believe that these economic drivers will strengthen governance, transparency, but overall boost our economy. Mr. President, I must acknowledge the support of all of the young people that have served to support me at the National Road Fund of Liberia. Over the course of our service, we were able in the first 6 months to generate $14 million in 2023. With the new governance structure and the leadership of our board, in 2024, for the very first time, we generated an unprecedented amount of $31 million. That is the highest funds generated by the National Road Fund. And with that, we were able to pave over 1,000 kilometers of road and do maintenance work. Additionally, Mr. President, just this year, we have implemented some strategic programs with the Minister of Internal Affairs to operationalize and empower the local government. So currently, we are working with them strategically to advance your policy and your agenda in the villages. Honorable Ministers, distinguished colleagues, the National Road Fund, in addition, has operationalized and installed a system that will enable the public and everyone concerned with the road fund to view the information that we have. The National Road Fund dashboard. What this means is it gives us the total kilometer of roads that we're doing, where we are doing these roads, the cost of the roads, and every pertinent information that would be required for decision making. This dashboard is going to be displayed on our website for public consumption. Mr. President, that's the dashboard. It's coming up. But as the IT put it up for us to do the interaction, I would like to say, distinguished guests and participants, the theme of this year, Assembly Innovative Financing and Sustainable Growth of our Road Infrastructure in the Face of Climate and Mobility Challenge, resonates deeply with our continent. Africa today faces a dual challenge to improve financing and to maintain infrastructure sustainably. The continent invests nearly $45 billion United States dollars annually in infrastructure, yet maintenance needs still exceeds $15 billion United States dollars. This is why innovation is essential. With education and exposure drives innovation. The diversification of our funding sources Mr. President, this year we have operationalized 2 new sources in conjunction with the Ministry of Transport. The first one is a deterrent factor, the axle load control program that is a pilot at the Clay Bridge. And there are 18 other locations around town that we're going to install these bridges. Mr. President, just to give you an idea of what has been done just within the period of 4 months, we were able to generate about 70,000 United States dollars, not on penalties, but just on weighing the vehicles, just for the service. Additionally, due to the cabinet resolution, a major challenge that was faced by the fund has now been resolved. As of April of this year, the fund received all of her revenue directly into an escrow account that has been established. And that account is monitored by the regulations instilled by PMU. Additionally, Mr. President, we have had a very successful meeting. Hopefully the Minister of Finance can go into the details of that. But we have implemented the instructions that we're giving. Dear partners, distinguished guests, I warmly welcome the Continental Reference Study on Road Maintenance Fund conducted by AMFAR in partnership with the SSAPT with funding from the European Union covering 15 African member countries, as well as Morocco and Tunisia. This study will enable us to assess institutional and financial maturity, identify good practices, and prepare the new generation of Africa Maintenance Fund. Its results will guide the national reform and support the harmonization of road financing policy on the continental scale. Distinguished guests, as you can see, this dynamic offer promises prospects for Africa transport and road sector. I would like to express again my sincere thanks and appreciation to all of you, our DGs, for leaving your busy schedule and being present at this 22nd General Assembly, but also to our partners and sponsors who have made it possible for the hosting of this General Assembly. Our gratitude goes out to the Liberian government, the Ministry of State specifically for the level of coordination and support, Minister, my own supervisor, Minister of Finance, the African Union, ECOWAS, the African Development Bank, the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, the European Union, SSAPT, SSATP, Iraq, the International Road Federal Potential, and the commitment to sustainability of the continent's infrastructure. Liberia, through its National Road Fund, expresses its deep gratitude. Ladies and gentlemen, in Africa, roads are not simply engineering works. They are a lifeline of exchange and connection between our people and our economies. This is why cooperation between the road maintenance funds, the sectoral ministries, the private sector, and our donors forms the heart of sustainable development. AMFAR, through its vision and dynamism, offers a unique framework for this exchange of innovation, solidarity to strengthen our collaborative capacity, and to meet the challenges that we face through financing, governance, and sustainability. Your Excellency, Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the National Road Fund of Liberia and the West African Focal Group, I extend the warmest welcome to Monrovia, as we say it in AMFAR, the land of enjoyment. Welcome to Liberia and have a fantastic event. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Mrs. Winter. The National Road Fund of Liberia works to promote and ensure sustainable road infrastructure across Liberia. Up next is a screening of the NRF institutional video.
This very large screen.
On the road, the free player, but unetina the woo, we can play to be sleeping, but only the government thank you. That's a testing now you to come, but they year pa one testing say, sooner your testing no good, down by you not come on the road, but sooner your testing good, they roll to Napa. The business boy, you can see the business boy.
But at least for this year, there are improvements. We are seeing some improvement on the road. Because, like, for this year, this is the first time that we are experiencing us stopping here for some hours. Like, we got here last night. We were fast last night, but due to the slipperiness of the road and that of the mud, so we have to sleep here for some hours. But this is the first time for this year. So there are some improvement because, as we all know, for the past years, we used to spend like 2 to 3 days on this road. But for this year, it's kind of okay because, like, from Monrovia all the way to the southeast, we spend less than 24 hours. Depends the car that you will take, depends the driver, because the road condition, the pavement of the road condition have helped us in that direction. So at least we are accessible to getting to our locations on time, where our goods can get damaged and other things. So that's it.
Appreciate the government as normal. Before then, our prices used to go up because you can't be paying for one thing. You pay like 20,000 to bring your goods and you sell it because you want to get profit too. But now, even if we sell for the market, the transportation we pay is very less. So at least the thing prices remain normal in the southeast, especially going to the country. So we want to appreciate the government.
Of course,
Indeed, we would like to appreciate the government of Liberia. A powerful and insightful film of the National Road Fund of Liberia. A big round of applause for the entire team.
Yes, our roads. Listen, well, we have well-maintained roads. The burdens are less for our people, as you heard in that video. Vanessa, I was touched again by that video.
Yes.
Do you think my next career is an actor or something?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we informed you earlier that this is a culturally rich program, and so at this time we'd like to call the Assistant Minister of Culture for the traditional gowning ceremony of some officials. We'd like to call on Mrs. Wento and the Honorable Minister of Finance.
So there will be some officials of government, and just joining us. is the program marks the second annual General Assembly here at the Global Justice Studio Complex in Gumbo Town. And this program is kind of our traditional leaders.
Yes.
And there's going to be a gowning ceremony. Good morning again.
Welcome on stage.
Good evening.
Let us give a round of applause for our elders, who we said are the custodians of our culture.
The National Road.
They are the gatekeepers of our society, the bearers of our history and our stories. So at this time, we welcome them on stage for the traditional gowning ceremony. This is a big part of Liberian culture. When you're here, we present to you the gowns, we present kola nuts, and we welcome you into our home. Or you're doing a remarkable job, we gown you as a way of appreciating your efforts and encouraging you to keep going. The honorees can kindly join us on stage. Mrs. Wento, Mrs. Josita Luga-Wento, and the Minister of Finance, Honorable Gafon.
What we do here, we do for our country. What we say here, we say for our country. The good, President. Why is the good?
That's a butter crowd there by the chiefs and elders. We need to have a microphone. They get a microphone. Put a mic. Give a mic.
Occasion to firstly welcome you in your own place. Even if you are from your house, you go out and spend some time, your parents welcome you. So at this time, on behalf of the traditional chiefs of the Republic of Liberia, I want to take this time to traditionally and culturally welcome you with the kola nut. The kola nut is life. The rest is seed. The country rest is our staple food. So if our roads are brushed, we'll go on the farm easily. If our farm and market roads are paved, we'll transport our goods easily. So I want to say welcome and thank you so much for your hard work. Besides that, what do we come? Yeah. So come on. Yes. Yeah. Let somebody help our mom with this kola nut. Just hold it for her. So, ma, again, the traditional people are so happy that you have come to say, to lead these roads, break these roads. Before then, our people used to do it by themselves. But today, we have decided to to do it for us. So we are happy. So we are happy to guide you, as our mother and as our daughter. What is that? Okay. All right. Good. Let's.
And so Mrs. Wintow is now presenting the cola nut to the Papa of the nation, Boakai, in keeping with Liberian tradition.
On behalf of all of the traditional chiefs and all of the people in the Rose Center and all Liberian people and Ampa that have joined us to celebrate today, we send this cola nut as a little token of appreciation and to say thank you for trusting us with the development agenda of your government. Thank you. Representatives of the Union and the Senator.
So let's put our soul in the city of Ghana.
Thank you to our elders who have done a beautiful depiction of our Liberian tradition and culture. And thank you to Mrs. Wintow and of course His Excellency for receiving that beautiful gift and celebration. You may have your seats. It's okay, I think we have done. Do you have more gifts? You see, Liberia, we said that we are hospitable people. So it seems like our traditional people have more gifts. But I think we will hold on to the gifts for now because we need to get into some technical issues related to this meeting. So I think we can move forward at this time and maybe present those gifts later on.
Okay, we will present the traditional people, we will present their gowns later on.
Yes, but thank you so much. You are so organized, and I can see how on fire you are to share with our African brothers and sisters our beautiful Liberian culture and tradition. Thank you so much to our elders. A round of applause for our elders. Next, we have remarks from a towering figure in Liberia, someone more than anyone who understands the significance of the General Assembly's theme and the urgency it demands. At this time, we'll invite on stage Honorable Augustine Kafwan, Minister of Finance of the Republic of Liberia, for remarks. Welcome on stage, sir.
His Excellency Joseph Newman Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia, the President of the African Rural Maintenance Fund Associations, and other members of the association visiting our country, the Honorable Senator Amochie, Chair of the Senate Standing Committee on Public Works, the Honorable Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, the Honorable Senator Steve Quia, the Honorable Director General of the Cabinet, Honorable Nathaniel Kwabo, and other members of the Cabinet here present, the Road Fund Manager, Madam Josita Newell-Wento, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, traditional leaders, one and all. There are a lot of ways to measure progress in a country. We economists do a lot of things: GDP growth, GDP per capita, Human Development Index, and whatever. I could go on and on and on. But there are one or two things that can happen in a country and you know that progress is really happening. One is the fact that Liberia is a host to a lot of regional continental initiatives. This week, we are hosting here the Association of Africa Maintenance Funds Association meeting in Monrovia. This week, we have Conversion of Monrovia, Ministers of Finance and Economy, and Public Works and Justice, of the Intergovernmental Action Against Money Laundering of ECOWAS this week. And so, in a few months, the West African Monetary Zone will be having its assembly in Monrovia. What it says is that Liberia has long transitioned from being a problem child of the region, and we're now attracting the region and the continent to our country. Thanks to you, Mr. President, for the leadership and the stability, and this is one evidence of progress. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinguished honor to speak at this critical opening of the 22nd AMFA Assembly, organized here in Monrovia, under the theme, Innovative Financing and Sustainability of Road Infrastructure in the Face of Climate and Mobility Challenges in Africa. I'm particularly pleased by the presence among us of high-ranking figures from the continent and our international partners, ministers and police road fund managers from relevant countries in the sub-region. Your participation illustrates regional solidarity and a collective will to act for more sustainable, more resilient, and better funded African roads. Let me commend the visionary leadership of His Excellency President Joseph Numa Boakai, President of the Republic of Liberia, whose general policy statement on infrastructure and transport places the road sector at the heart of the country's economic and social development. At one point in his historic journey to the presidency, the then candidate Joseph Numa Boakai was asked for his top 3 priorities. And he said, priority number 1 was roads. Priority number 2, roads. Priority number 3, roads. That's why we, under this government, under his guidance, we have identified the inadequacy of road infrastructure as one of the binding constraints to growth in our country. Hence, the funds that we are dedicating in our national budget to road rehabilitation. The Liberia National Development Plan 2024-2029 allocates nearly 25% of the public investment budget to road infrastructure. And thanks to this strong focus, our country has begun reconstruction of more than 400 kilometers of new regional corridors linking Monrovia to Uganda, Apa, and Cote d'Ivoire border. We've launched an ambitious periodic maintenance program supported by the National Road Fund, the NRF. These efforts demonstrate our belief that roads are an instrument for inclusive growth and national unity. Distinguished guests, Liberia is now positioning itself as a dynamic regional player in the development of transport infrastructure in West Africa. Our road policy is aligned with the vision of ECOWAS, which through its directives promotes the harmonization of legal frameworks for financing and maintaining roads, the creation of integrated corridors facilitating intra-African trade, and the implementation of shared regional governance of infrastructure. We work closely with our neighbors in Sierra Leone, Guinea and Cote d'Ivoire within the framework of the ECOWAS cross-border corridors, including the Monrovia-Freetown-Conakry corridor and the Monrovia-Abidjan axis, which are vital economic arteries for the sub-region. These initiatives contribute to the construction of an integrated West African space where the road becomes the guiding thread of cooperation, growth, and development. The Liberia National Road Fund is today a central instrument of our public policy for road maintenance and financing. Its mission, under the supervision of the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, working in coordination with the Road Fund Board chaired by the Honorable Minister of Public Works, is to ensure stable, transparent, and sustainable financing of road maintenance throughout the national territory. These advances reflect the government's desire to move forward and towards an autonomous and resilient financing model based on performance and accountability. In the same vein, I would like to commend and congratulate AMFA for the remarkable initiative of conducting, in collaboration with SSATP and under the funding of the European Union, the Continental Reference Study on African Road Maintenance Funds. The study represents a decisive step forward towards modernizing road financing in Africa. Liberia, through its National Road Fund and the Ministry of Finance, is actively participating in this study, convinced that it will offer solid decision-making tools and common references for our national reforms. Our expectations are clear that this study will lead to concrete recommendations that will serve as a technical guide for all member countries and will strengthen AMFA's capacity to support states towards more effective governance of road financing. Distinguished participants, in the coming years, Liberia plans to continue and to deepen its reform in road financing and maintenance. These reforms reflect our ambition to build a modern, integrated, and sustainable Liberian road system, serving citizens and regional integration efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, before concluding, I would like to commend the leadership and vision of AMFA under the guidance of its president and executive secretary. AMFA is today a hub of African excellence and innovation, a credible partner that makes the voice of the continent heard in international forums on mobility and infrastructure financing. And I will be remiss if I didn't extend thanks to our own Josita Newell-Wento, our role fund manager, under whose leadership this conference is being held. To you, Josita, and your team, we are proud of the effort, and it's through your leadership that Liberia will attract these dignitaries. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, Liberia reaffirms its commitment to pursue and intensify its efforts for safe, sustainable, and well-funded roads. We'll continue to support AMFA's actions and collaborate with ECOWAS and our partners to ensure that African roads become a symbol of integration, resilience, and prosperity. The Chinese say that the road to development begins with the development of roads. So, together, let's build our roads. Let's build the Liberian roads, the African roads, and by so doing, we are brightening the lives of people, transitioning them from poverty to prosperity, and putting smiles on ordinary citizens. Thank you very much.
Indeed, the National Road Fund of Liberia has seen institutional growth through the supervision of the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. Ladies and gentlemen, as we saw before the AMFA film, their work is crucial to the continental transformation of roads in Africa. Let's now welcome on stage Mr. Issei Musa Obin, the President of the AMFA Association. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause as he comes on stage.
Excellences, Monsieur le Président de la République du Liberia, Excellences, Monsieur le Ministre des Finances et du Développement, Mesdames et Messieurs les membres du gouvernement de la République du Liberia, Madame le Directeur général du Fonds routier du Liberia, Mesdames et Messieurs les membres du comité exécutif de la FERA, Monsieur le Secrétaire exécutif de la FERA, Mesdames et Messieurs les représentants des partenaires techniques et financiers au développement, Mesdames et Messieurs les présidents du conseil d'administration des fonds routiers africains, Mesdames et Messieurs les directeurs généraux des fonds routiers africains, honorables invités, Mesdames et Messieurs, c'est avec un immense honneur et une profonde fierté que je prends la parole à l'occasion de cette 22e Assemblée générale de la FERA, organisée ici à Monrovia, cité balnéaire et historique, capitale d'un symbole de liberté, de reconstruction et d'espérance pour l'Afrique. Nous sommes réunis sous le thème d'une portée stratégique exceptionnelle, financement innovant et durabilité des infrastructures routières face aux défis climatiques et de mobilité en Afrique. Ce thème exprime avec justesse les préoccupations et les ambitions de notre continent. Comment financer durablement nos routes? Comment les protéger face au changement climatique? Et comment répondre aux besoins croissants de mobilité de nos populations? Excellences, Monsieur le Président, Mesdames et Messieurs, aujourd'hui, plus de 80% du commerce africain dépend du transport routier, mais seulement 43% du réseau routier continental est en bon état. Paradoxalement, près de 300 millions d'Africains demeurent encore sans accès régulier à une route praticable en tout temps. Ces chiffres, tirés des études conjointes de la Banque africaine de développement, de la Commission économique africaine, du programme de politique de transport en Afrique, en abrégé SSATP, illustrent l'ampleur du défi, mais aussi le champ immense des opportunités qui s'offrent à nous. Excellent Monsieur le Président, Mesdames et Messieurs, permettez-moi tout d'abord d'exprimer au nom de l'ensemble des membres de la FERA notre gratitude sincère au gouvernement et au peuple du Libéria pour leur hospitalité légendaire et leur accueil fraternel. Je rends un hommage appuyé à son Excellence M. Joseph Numa Boakai, président de la République du Libéria, pour son leadership visionnaire et son engagement à faire du secteur routier un pilier de la reconstruction et de la croissance nationale du Libéria. Sous votre direction éclairée, Excellence, le Libéria a su impulser un programme de modernisation du réseau routier avec plus de 1000 km de routes principales réhabilitées en moins de 5 ans et un accent particulier mis sur le désenclavement rural et la mobilité inclusive. Nous adressons également notre reconnaissance au peuple frère du Libéria pour l'accueil chaleureux et fraternel réservé à toutes les délégations depuis leur arrivée ici au Libéria, terre d'accueil, terre d'hospitalité, lieu de brassage de peuples et de cultures. Nous saluons aussi le Fonds national routier du Libéria, hôte de la 22e édition de l'Assemblée générale, pour son engagement exemplaire dans la bonne gouvernance et la transparence dans la gestion des ressources publiques. Nous saluons solennellement la détermination et le courage de Mme Josetta Weto, directrice générale du Fonds routier du Libéria et vice-présidente du groupe focal Afrique centrale, Afrique de l'Ouest. Son dynamisme a beaucoup impacté positivement notre association. Avec votre permission, Excellence, je voudrais qu'on applaudisse pour cette dame. Dans la même veine, je rends hommage au programme de transport en Afrique, SATP, en particulier à Mme Océane Kéou de la Banque mondiale, responsable du pilier gestion des actifs routiers résilients. Votre mobilisation et votre déplacement pour Monrovia, ainsi que vos équipes d'experts, renforcent davantage notre partenariat qui, depuis l'Assemblée générale de Cotonou en 2025, a franchi un cap décisif. Notre reconnaissance va à l'endroit de tous les présidents des conseils d'administration et les directeurs généraux des fonds routiers africains, membres de la FERA, qui ont répondu présents à cette rencontre, qui constitue un moment important de la vie de notre association et apporte par la même occasion la preuve, s'il en a encore besoin, de son dynamisme et de sa vitalité de notre association. Nos remerciements vont enfin à nos partenaires techniques et financiers au développement, parmi lesquels nous citons la Banque mondiale, la Banque africaine de développement, la Commission économique pour l'Afrique, le PIA, la Fédération internationale de la route IRF, l'Union européenne, dont l'appui constant contribue à renforcer la crédibilité et l'efficacité de nos institutions. Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République, Mesdames et Messieurs, créée il y a plus de 22 ans, l'Association du Fonds d'entretien routier AFERA s'est affirmée comme la voie unie du financement routier africain. Il regroupe aujourd'hui 35 pays membres, représentant 4 sous-régions du continent et constitue une plateforme de dialogue et de coordination. Notre mandat repose sur 3 piliers. Promouvoir une gouvernance efficace et transparente des fonds d'entretien routier, encourager un financement durable, diversifié et innovant des infrastructures routières sur le continent, et renforcer la coopération régionale et continentale pour une Afrique mieux interconnectée. Depuis sa création, l'affaire a permis à une bonne partie des fonds d'entretien routier membres de migrer du fonds de première génération vers ceux de deuxième et de troisième génération, aujourd'hui spécialisés dans les opérations d'investissement. Cet accompagnement s'est fait par le partage d'expériences, le plaidoyer auprès des gouvernements et des organisations communautaires. C'est dans ce cadre qu'une plateforme de collaboration est signée entre le fonds routier du Sierra Leone et de la Namibie, et ce jour, une plateforme sera signée entre le fonds routier du Liberia et du Cameroun. Et ceci pour permettre au fonds routier du Liberia de se développer sur ses capacités institutionnelles et opérationnelles pour un passage aux deuxième et aux troisième générations. La FERA est dirigée aujourd'hui par un directeur exécutif ayant à sa tête un président qui gère les affaires courantes de l'association. Outre le bureau exécutif, la FERA s'est dotée d'un secrétariat exécutif qui s'attelle à la mise en œuvre du plan stratégique 2023-2027. Ce plan est parfaitement aligné aux objectifs et aux axes définis par l'agenda 2063 de la Commission de l'Union africaine. Bien plus, depuis 2006, la FERA est constituée en 4 groupes focaux sous-régionaux qui tiennent leurs réunions et rencontres annuelles autour des échanges et des partages d'expériences et des sujets d'intérêt commun spécifiques à chaque zone. Il s'agit du groupe focal Afrique centrale avec 6 pays membres, groupe focal Afrique de l'Est avec 8 pays membres, groupe focal Afrique australe avec 9 pays membres, groupe focal Afrique de l'Ouest avec 12 pays membres. Excellences, mesdames et messieurs, notre vision est celle d'une Afrique où la route devient un levier de transformation économique, sociale et écologique, un instrument de souveraineté et d'intégration. Selon la Banque africaine de développement, le déficit annuel d'entretien de routes en Afrique dépasse 15 milliards de dollars. Dans plusieurs pays, le fonds d'entretien ne parvient pas à couvrir 40% des besoins réels d'entretien de routes, laissant nos infrastructures se détériorer prématurément. Il est donc impératif de diversifier les sources de financement, les redevances, les taxes environnementales, les partenariats publics-privés, promouvoir la fiscalité verte, alignée sur les politiques de transition énergétique, créer des instruments financiers africains tels que les obligations vertes et les fonds souverains de maintenance de nos routes, et renforcer la digitalisation pour garantir la traçabilité et la redevabilité. Le financement innovant, c'est aussi la construction d'une nouvelle culture de la performance et de la confiance. Chaque année, le continent perd jusqu'à 3% de son produit intérieur brut, PIB, à cause de nos routes dégradées. C'est un coût économique et social colossal. La durabilité passe par l'entretien préventif et la planification à long terme, l'usage des matériaux locaux adaptés aux réalités climatiques africaines, l'adoption des standards de qualité et de transparence dans les marchés publics et la professionnalisation du secteur grâce à la formation continue et un renforcement des capacités des acteurs. Une route durable, c'est une route qui dure dans le temps, qui soutient la productivité et qui résiste aux crises. Les effets du changement climatique se font de plus en plus sentir. inondations, sécheresses, érosion et glissement de terrain détruisent les infrastructures routières en quelques jours. La perte annuelle liée à ces catastrophes sont estimées à près de 10 milliards de dollars. Nos routes doivent désormais être conçues pour résister et non pour subir. Nous devons intégrer la résilience climatique, encourager la mobilité électrique, des fonds d'entretien routier africains cette dernière année et le lancement d'une étude continentale de référence sur les fonds d'entretien routier est menée en partenariat avec SRTP sous financement de l'Union européenne. Cette étude, d'une ampleur sans précédent, couvre nos pays membres et vise à évaluer le niveau de maturité institutionnelle, juridique et financière des fonds, identifier les modèles performants et les bonnes pratiques reproductibles, analyser les mécanismes de gouvernance, de recouvrement et d'allocation des ressources et proposer une typologie de la nouvelle génération de fonds d'entretien routier plus autonomes, modernes et alignés aux enjeux climatiques et numériques. Les résultats préliminaires montrent une évolution positive du modèle africain. Plus de 20 pays disposent déjà de cadres légaux solides et plusieurs ont initié des réformes pour intégrer les enjeux environnementaux et technologiques dans la gestion routière. Cette étude servira de base de dialogue politique et de référence continentale pour les prochaines étapes de modernisation des fonds. Dans la continuité de cette étude, la FERA s'apprête à organiser la cohérence entre la vision continentale et les politiques nationales. Cette session constituera une étape décisive pour la souveraineté africaine en matière de financement routier et un tremplin pour bâtir une politique unifiée de maintenance et d'investissement durable. L'avenir de la FERA s'annonce porteur et ambitieux. Notre feuille de route repose sur 4 orientations stratégiques. Le renforcement institutionnel, la consolidation du secrétariat exécutif, la création des bureaux régionaux d'appui technique et la mise en place d'un observatoire continental des fonds routiers permettront de mieux coordonner nos actions et de diffuser les bonnes pratiques. Le développement de l'Académie Afera Innove, ce centre africain de formation et de recherche basé sur l'expertise de l'AFERA offrira des masters de certificats et des formations techniques pour la gouvernance, la durabilité et le financement des infrastructures routières. Il deviendra un incubateur de compétences africaines au service des fonds et des États membres. Troisièmement, le partenariat stratégique. L'affaire entend renforcer ses alliances avec la Banque africaine de développement, la Commission économique africaine, SADC, PIAP, IRF et Union européenne, afin de mobiliser davantage des ressources d'expertise et d'appui technique. En quatrième position, nous avons la visibilité internationale. L'affaire poursuit son intégration dans les plateformes globales de financement et de gouvernance des infrastructures pour que la voix de l'Afrique soit entendue et respectée dans les débats mondiaux et sur la mobilité et le climat. Excellences, Monsieur le Président, Mesdames et Messieurs, Monrovia est aujourd'hui plus qu'une ville haute. Elle est le symbole d'un nouvel élan pour les routes africaines. C'est ici que nous réaffirmons notre engagement à construire des routes plus sûres, plus vertes et plus durables. Que cette 22e Assemblée générale soit celle du réalisme, de la solidarité et de l'action. Qu'elle marque le début d'une ère nouvelle où les fonds d'entretien routier deviendront des véritables instruments de souveraineté et de développement durable. Pour cette cause, Excellence Monsieur le Président de la République, nous faisons le plaidoyer et nous restons convaincus que vous allez poursuivre la transformation du Fonds routier national du Liberia un fonds routier de deuxième génération, pourquoi pas un fonds routier de troisième génération capable de mobiliser les ressources nécessaires pour répondre aux besoins des investissements routiers. On nous a dit par ailleurs, Excellence, que vous faites ce que vous dites et vous dites ce que vous faites. Donc nous sommes rassurés sur ce point. L'Afrique avance sur ses routes. Faisons en sorte qu'elle la conduise vers la prospérité, la résilience et l'unité. Sur ce, je vous remercie pour votre aimable attention.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Essay Moussa Obé. Vraiment, la coopération, transparence, solidarité est le vrai ingrédient de développer notre continent et pour réaliser la rêve de l'Afrique. Merci beaucoup.
It is at this moment that I wish that I had paid more attention in French class. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to experience Liberian culture. We will now call on the choir for a musical interlude.
The University of Liberia Choir, please. Thank you.
Please lay down. Thank you.
Thank you, choir. The Honorable Albert Chia, Senior Senator, Grand Creek County, and former President pro tempore of the Liberian Senate. The Honorable Samuel A. C. Kuya III, Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. Honorable Augustine Gwede Gafuan, Minister of Finance and Development Planning, and other government officials here present. Members of the diplomatic corps, Mrs. Josita Newell-Wento, Fund Manager, National Road Fund of Liberia, our esteemed guest, Honorable Issa Musa Oba, President of the African Road Maintenance Fund Association, and other distinguished representatives of road funds from other countries here present, our traditional leaders, invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. On this historic occasion of the 22nd Annual General Meeting of AMFA, I am honored at this time to present to you His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia, who will have a special remark on this occasion.
Thank you very much. Please
Senator Chair,
of government, our distinguished delegates, a friend from Cameroon, officials of government, elders, traditional leaders,
our road fund, strong lady manager, and your team, our foreign partners, ladies and gentlemen. The government and the hospitable people of Liberia are deeply honored to welcome you to our beautiful country and to join you in marking the momentous 22nd ARMFA meeting, a gathering of dedicated minds committed to advancing Africa's road infrastructure. It is even more gratifying that it's being held here in Monrovia in Liberia at a time when our nation is undergoing tremendous developmental challenges and making great strides in advancing sustainable infrastructure. Your presence here reinforces our collective commitment to advancing sustainable development across the continent and contributing to Liberia's success story. Please feel at home, and you're very, very welcome. We acknowledge the great significance of the AMFA meeting and its 22nd General Assembly. First, let us thank the leadership of the ARMFA and the dynamic members for championing 2 decades of improving financing, coordination, and effective road maintenance across Africa. You heard the Minister of Finance tell you, I've always believed that without road, there can be no development, there can be nothing. And so, my first campaign, I said road number 1, road number 2, road number 3, and that's what I believe in. This 22nd General Assembly meeting here is another milestone in a journey to strengthen cooperation, enhance technical capacity, and continue regional development and integration among African states. As a matter of fact, over the period, I've come to appreciate the innovative ideas within the African region that touch every aspect of development. I didn't know that you have such a coordinated road maintenance program. I'm very proud to know that. Developing road infrastructure is critical to Africa's economic and social progress. Roads play an essential role in connecting our farmers to markets, our children to their schools, patients in dire need of healthcare services to healthcare facilities, and entrepreneurs and businesses to opportunities. Roads not only bind physically, but also serve as economic and political pillars of society. To accelerate Agenda 2016 and the FTA, the demand for urgent collective effort cannot be overstated. I was once talking with a Chinese ambassador, and he said to me, when we started our development, we went to IMF to World Bank for road funding. And I just saw that funding road began to improve our economy and make us stronger, they stopped. That's how critical roads are. Although they play such a critical role in our society, the task of maintaining and expanding our road network presents many challenges during such times when there is climate change, growing urbanization, and limited financing continue to present new challenges to the resilience and sustainability of our infrastructure. As such, we must move swiftly and smartly. As a matter of fact, this morning, about 2 days ago, I was telling the Minister of Finance and the Minister of State, the way we build roads in Africa, and especially in Liberia, you take 6-7 years to build one road. We take 150-mile road, give it to one contractor, 6 months rainfall, they stop. Then they go again, and then the next person come again. And I told them we have to change it. Don't give that line road to one contractor. If we want to develop fast, we got to change that. The short time we have been able to improve roads, we can see what is happening. The food prices have gone down, access to education, to healthcare. And so road maintenance is not just important, but even the matter of constructing roads. I'm happy that the Minister of Finance has informed you that we're going to put money into roads. We're going to improve our roads. As far as I'm concerned, we could take almost 3/4 of the money, put into roads, build the roads, open the country. There's no way you're gonna open the economy without road. For 179 years, the roads we build in there should have been built 50, 75 years ago. So the highlights of the importance of this, pointing to the fact that the poorly maintained roads present not only technical challenges, but developmental challenges. I've interspersed it with some of my own experiences. I had a friend who was sick, and we sent him to Tapeta for treatment. Supposed to be a referral hospital. He got well. By the time he drove and came back, he was sicker than he went because of the road condition. So when I went to Grand Gita the last time and saw the time we took, I just feel like every money we have should go to build a road. And I hear the testimonies on the radio about people, how roads have reconnected. I saw a lady who was so happy she had not seen her son for 21 years, and they met for the first time. So roads, when the bridge is on the edge of collapse, and we downplay the urgency, we create barriers to the safety and advancement of our people. And that is the problem with, I sit and think about that, how many bridges we don't even know what they look like. Do we have people going down there to see the condition? Or will just say one day, oh, the bridge collapsed. But it didn't happen overnight. Infrastructure is paramount to accomplishing our government arrest agenda through our collaboration with the National Road Fund to enhance investment partnership reforms in the road maintenance governance. We are working to develop an efficient, safe, inclusive, and climate-resilient transportation system. And I'm looking forward to
maybe the next 3 years that I can drive straight to Harper. I hope to. And I know that Chief Pa would like to see me in the River G. No country can achieve this alone. Our road connects us beyond borders, and they weave our countries and cultures more than we think. The streets do not only connect us within our borders, but also across them. It is in the view that we are making a strong case for roads. They are key to health, agriculture, education, economy, movement of people and services. The most important development that is tied to every aspect of our human being is road. Without road, send someone to conduct some study in education in the Southeast. They will sit right here in Monrovia and write a report. To this end, we wholeheartedly support the African Union Program for Infrastructure Development in Africa and remain committed to playing a part in fulfilling the promise of Africa Continental Free Area, the success of which heavily relies on regional road quality and connectivity. But sometimes I feel road funding loans are too long. They take too long to negotiate. Take countries that have leadership for 4 years. By the time you negotiate in 2 years, they say, yeah, you're ready for another election. What do you do? So the mechanism also has to be changed. The promises of building road and funding road, our ministers traveled months and months and months. Sometimes I don't know whether it's not a strategy to retard our progress. So you're getting here long deeper than the routine assembly. It provides a platform for forging debates, ideas, and driving practical solutions together, some of which we're talking about. The delay in funding road programs. We've been talking about this for months. This offers opportunity to open new vistas of collaboration and partnership across institutions encompassing other road funds, transport ministry, development institutions, and even the private sector. We need to train engineers. I remember President Putin said we train all of the engineers, but we contract road construction. What are we training the people for? Can we train competent people that will build their roads? We need to think to put our monies in the right places to develop. We have capable young people in this country who can become road engineers, can build their own road. It's good when you build a road and you can drive on it. Maybe it's not well built, then we can question you. But when they build and gone, it's finished. We need to re-strategize our development plan. And I believe roads are important, very important. We're losing a lot of resources because you don't know who in our bushes, because you can't get there. I bet if you just build a road through Bapolo to Lofa, you'll see how many people digging gold in our places there, taking all the resources away. So it affords us the opportunity.
President's priorities for the implement. Number 1, roads. Number 2, roads. Number 3, roads. Thank you, Your Excellency, for such remarks. As is evident, we speak beautiful English in Liberia.
Indeed, we speak beautiful English in Liberia.
As they say, sharing is caring. And friends united in progress and value make the journey lighter and lighter.
It's time for the exchange of gifts that will be facilitated by the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Honorable Sam Sequoia, and the President of AMVA, Honorable S.A. Musa Obey. Please come on stage, sir. Welcome.
A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
So during this exchange, we will receive, the AMFA president will receive a gift from the government and people of Liberia, and the government and people of Liberia will receive a gift from the AMFA president as well. AMFA will present second, and the government will present first.
Votre Excellence, l'association des fonds bancaires routiers, pour votre dynamisme, pour votre engagement, pour toujours la route qui va connecter l'Afrique. Je vous remercie. Monsieur le Président, bienvenue. Bienvenue, s'il vous plaît. I will continue in French, but for the sake of the President, thank you for visiting our country. As His Excellency said, yours is a very unique organization, and we see a place in our country for all of our African brothers and sisters. On behalf of His Excellency Joseph Boakai, our President, it gives me great pleasure and honor to present this mementos to you, so that as you return home, you will remember your brothers and sisters in Liberia. Merci beaucoup. Thank you. Merci beaucoup, Excellence, pour ce cadeau. Et je pense que c'est l'association Affaires à Pierre Honoré aujourd'hui par ce cadeau. Nous allons toujours penser à notre passage ici au Nigeria, qui est, comme nous avons dit, qui est une terre d'hospitalité et d'accueil des étrangers. Nous sommes chez nous et nous sentons bien ici. Merci.
Et merci beaucoup, Monsieur S.A. Musa Obey. It's time for our family photo. As you know, Africans, we are great storytellers and narrators, but we need to become more excellent at documenting critical and crucial moments. So it's time to document this important moment by inviting the CEOs of the various growth funds on stage, followed by the Minister of Finance, Honorable Chie, as well as other dignitaries present, and Honorable Winter as well. Welcome on stage to our AMFA fund managers for the family photo to document this momentous occasion and moment. Then we will call on His Excellency, who will be the last person to join us on stage. SSTP, please come on stage for the family photo. SSTP representatives here. And after this, we'll have the executive committee members who will do a family photo with the president, followed by an official photo with the National Road Fund Manager of Liberia, as well as AMFA president, and that's the final family photo for the day. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Your Excellency. Presidents of the different road funds, if you can come up quickly to do an official family photo with the president. Briefly, quickly please. Mrs. Winter, please join as well. This is the final family photo with the presidents of the various road funds. And we are done after that. Well, our protocol is telling us that we need to wrap up quickly. So, yes. This is the last photo. And we wrap up documenting this historic moment. Thank you, Your Excellency, Your Excellencies, and our distinguished delegates for participating in documenting this beautiful and historic moment.
So thank you again. Thank you again for following. This has been the Executive National official page, and we're here at the 22nd annual